Ryan Nussler stepped up nice on the play.
That's the second counter we've tried to run, and our running back is still getting outside the trap block on the counter. And we'll run it here in a couple more plays, and we'll get positive yardage out of it because he makes the right decision.
2nd and 6 for Higgins at the 45.
That's Aaron DeBuse. He normally makes that catch, but this time he was unable to bring it in. So we're going back to what we don't like to do.
Very dangerous receiver.
Higgins punting on 4th down after the first series of the second quarter. Grace King taking over 1st and 10 at their own 34. 11 minutes left in the second quarter.
Bill Russell's an extremely tough back. He's had to run up against some good defenses this year, and not always the blocking's been there, but he's run extremely hard. Maverick Charles has finally got a good ankle on him, and he's able to help us out a lot now. He plays defense, but then can help us out on the offense a little bit. And,
he certainly has some ability, Coach.
Oh, yes. He's a good athlete. Also got a good attitude.
This is the second quarter here that we made an adjustment on the toss sweep. We've gotten our people out there where they're supposed to be now. And now our backside cornerback is going to go to sleep.
We ran that sweep last time to set this play up.
Absolutely.
Corey Cookmeyer, who is the next wide receiver, he was a wide receiver for 3 years. And so, like one of our young freshman linebackers asked him, is that a legal play? Throwback. That shows how much experience we have. But it was a play that we had to pull because they were starting to adjust, and then that type stuff kept us in the ball game.
Well, you know, a gadget play at the right time can really be effective when you set it up right.
That's good. Bradford Paul doing a real good job of running. He had to learn. He's had to learn that because he's been an eye back with the Parks and stuff. And he's real good running back. But he hung behind the guards real good right there. He's going to be a real good back.
King with a 1st and goal at the 8.
We'll come back.
Great drive going here in the second quarter.
This is what we needed, and we needed to score as many as we could because we knew Higgins could come back at any time. Good hard running again, and Russell Thompson. That's mainly our bread and butter down here inside the 5, which is goal line, and which will help us out a lot later.
3rd and goal.
Good hard running. Good block in there too. Dennis Guerrero and Raymond Simmons. Nick Makowitz doing a good job of tight end blocking. Michael Klein, Kevin Florek. A little option wrinkle.
Didn't play the option well at all. Yeah, he ain't got driven off the line of scrimmage. There's no one on the pitchback, no one on the quarterback. It was not played properly.
We had a holding call, and it was a holding call. I mean, I was questioning it, but it was a holding call, but it was away from the play. And I could tell the players, you can't. They watch you all the time.
Sure.
Kind of wish we'd have thrown that one in the end zone.
Here's the replay of the touchdown. Of course, the penalty on the extra point, took away the 2-point conversion for Grace King. So we have the score now: Grace King 12, Higgins 0. 6:52 left in the second quarter.
It was a big drive. We certainly could have used that 2 points. 14 is a lot better, especially when a team scores and makes it 12-7. It's a lot different than it's 14-7. Kick off not quite as deep as we'd like, but they come up again with a good kick return.
This young man's hard to bring down.
Yeah. Once he learns to run and use his wedge, he's going to be a lot better.
He did a real good job staying behind the wedge.
Penalty at the end of the play. Higgins, 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Well, we're just in a position where we just got to start making things happen now. We're imploring our kids now to just start playing hard and stay in the right spot. So we try to put together a pretty good drive here.
It's hard to spot a team 12 points and get yourself back in the football game.
Especially when you're a young football team like we have. It's just so hard to do. Everything's got to be positive.
1st and 10 at the 39 for Higgins.
That's just a misread there by a quarterback and a wide receiver. We're trying to get the ball on a quick 7, and actually Aaron just decided this time to take the ball on the outside. And the quarterback read an inside route and threw the ball inside where Aaron should have been.
Thaddeus Carter did a good job of tipping the ball, and Corey Cookmeyer was there to make the play. And, quarterback. Also, of course, plays defense. Only weighs 145. Plays offense, quarterback, and defensive safety. And was in there and hung in there all year. And glad to see him get an interception.
Of course, those are things that we practice as coaches. You know, we practice the tip drill, what happens, you know, on a tip pass, and there it pays off. Penalty on Higgins. Grace King with a 1st and 10 at the 47.
We try to get some people around the football now.
Yeah, they've made adjustments now because I've gone down and said, let's go back to that toss again, and the coach is something they adjusted now. We got to come to something else. We're real fortunate here. They got a good lick on the fullback. He fumbled. Thaddeus Carter's there to pick it up. It was a good bounce for us. I mean, I always complain about bounces. We finally got a couple to bounce our way.
3rd and 5 at the 49.
That was a good job of running, but also a good counter play. Good block by Jeff Lopez, only senior in offensive line. He did a real good job there. And Bradford Paul ran real good right in there. Good hard run, good blocking up front. Aaron Rader at center, and good trap block by Mike Klein.
2nd and 2 at the 39 for Grace King.
Yeah, we thought we had a chance to stop him here. We kind of bowled up a little bit.
Of course, certainly Coach Higgins is at a point now where you can't really afford another score.
No, we knew that. We just tried to employ our kids. We just got to start playing a little bit harder. We had too many people standing around on defense, not trying to make things happen, waiting on someone else to make a play.
1st and 10. Grace King made the 1st down, 31-yard line of Higgins.
Like Coach says, he likes to take some responsibility. I could take some responsibility here because I think we went a little bit conservative here with the up by 12 and didn't want to give them anything, and we should have just kept going with pass and attack and open up, and we had like 2 minutes. We're trying to really run the clock down in for a field goal, and we never could quite get close enough.
3rd and 8 at the 29. Come back with a sweep, and that time, you know,
that's the way it should have been played at the onset, but we didn't make the proper adjustment. I didn't make the proper adjustment.
4th and 3 at the 24. Timeout for Grace King.
Right there, I think we had about trying to run the clock down as much as possible, and field goal we thought was just a little bit out of range on the field goal. I mean, it was about 47 again, and
yes,
we were about 5 yards short of 4 on it. And, tried to run a naked bootleg here, and they reacted well. Reacted real well on the play. 22 especially come up with a good play on it.
Higgins taking over on downs. 35 seconds left in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, I didn't want to get safe here. I thought we had 35 seconds. We try to get something positive going into halftime. So we really want to try to come out and do something positive with the football.
2nd and 5 at the 33 for Higgins.
That's Ernest Chisholm again on a quick dive.
Out of bounds at the Grace King 40-yard line to stop the clock.
Right. That's Chisholm again, making a good cut, good blocking out there, and a good run.
Higgins now with a 1st and 10 at the 16. And the quick slant for a score.
That's what's so agonizing about this game. You know, your kids will come back when you really want them to crank it up and do things positive, and they just have to wait so long to do it. And that's what we're trying to get to the point where we go out now and start doing things right.
Higgins went for 2, did not make it, and there was a replay of the touchdown pass. So with 1 second left on the clock, we have Grace King 12, Higgins 6.
I thought we were going to kick the ball out the end zone and just go on and talk about halftime, but I found out now we got a onside kick attempt going. I tried to get some explanation on this, and I never could get it.
They didn't want to discuss it.
They didn't want to discuss it.
Mm-hmm.
I think my special team coach now is the janitor, so that won't happen next week.
With that play brings the first half to a close. Grace King 12, Higgins 6. Coach, we talked about, you know, the defense, you know, throughout the first half. We talked about, you know, the fact that you'd made some adjustments during the second quarter. Certainly a big turning point to hold Grace King at the end of the second, you know, at the end of the second quarter. And then, you know, an offense that had some problems throughout the first half, in 35 seconds, you come back and get yourself right back in the football game.
Again, very, very agonizing, because you know that's what your kids are capable of doing anytime they touch the field. But what motivates them is start doing those positive things I just haven't got a handle on yet. But when they understand that they can do that against good football teams and be successful, they're going to become more confident with what they're doing. And we try to tell them to come off the field and use terminology. Tell us what's going on. You know, don't wait for the coaches to make adjustments. You come out the field and you tell us what's going on, what you think can work. Therefore, we know they're in the football game, but we don't get these type of things right now. So that's what we're working on.
What was the mood in the locker room? You just scored. You're back in the football game. What were you telling these kids at halftime?
That they could be successful if they put their mind to it. We are playing a good football team. They done got out to us pretty good for 24 minutes, so let's go back out, set the tone, and do what we are capable of doing, scoring the football, stopping them on defense. And once the kids begin to believe in themselves, you know, we start doing that. But we just wanted to make sure we were doing the right things and keep our kids' momentum and spirits up.
And Coach, Grace King, you know, totally dominating the first half of play, you know, up 12-0, driving for a third score, and then, of course, the quick turnaround at the end. What was that like? Because I know you brought these kids back in the second half. What was the mood like at halftime after that turnaround?
Well, we've learned that, especially this year, Grace King, not to be surprised at anything that happens, because no, we knew, like to repeat myself, we knew going in the game that, you know, just 2 touchdowns not going to beat Higgins. It's going to take quite a few points, and they could score at any time. And obviously, you know, we held them pretty good, and they scored 35 seconds. And part of that was an adjustment problem on our backside on the defense, which we kind of spent most time correcting at halftime. And we had linebacker not stepping up to make the play. Then we had a defensive end trying to play both gaps, and the running back Chisholm was making him commit to the B gap, and he would take him outside.
Right.
So we kind of adjusted to that, and just trying to get younger players it's in a tight situation, let them know that, you know, we can win this game, and not to let the touchdown keep us down. And also told them, you know, so we got to try to keep them out, but if they score again, we just got to keep coming back. And it's not that it's not the end of the world that they scored. And so we've been in this ball game before. We've been in this situation 2 or 3 times during the year where we were in a position to win the game, and we knew it was going to be a nail biter, and this is, you know, we just had to make positive things happen, and also just make the plays that were necessary to win the game.
Well, and offensively, you'd moved the ball very well throughout the first half. You'd mentioned, you know, opening up the offense some. Any things that you wanted to do differently beginning the second half? Well,
we'd come out with some new sets and tried some, like I said, the halfback pass and then the throw back to the quarterback. And also, I wanted to make sure that we could go back to our base plays, which we did. You know, go back and not just use the trick things to keep getting by, because that's going to run out after a while. Also, that it does help open things up. But we wanted to go back to bellies and sweeps and bootlegs and the basic part of the offense, because I think now with what we had done, we'd open up the field, and so we knew we could come back and run a few basic plays, which would help.
I think one of the things that amazed me as a coach and all, you know, with young teams, with senior teams, you know you have those seniors that are going to step up and be the leaders. But with young teams, you're always looking for that young guy that is going to mature and step up and take charge of your football team.
Right, and we have a couple of those guys, and I'm just waiting. I just can't wait to get out of the season, get into the rebuilding phase of it, and those guys will come up. We got a couple that fit that mode right now at Higgins.
We've had a great first half, a great second half yet to come. Let's look at the second half. Grace King, Higgins. Higgins to receive, the beginning the second half. They'll be going from left to right on your television screen.
Right off the bat, we've scripted about 6 plays that we know that we can use to get back in the football game as quickly as possibly can. We want a good return, and we got a pretty decent return, so we can start playing football right there.
First and 10 at the 28 for Higgins.
We wanted to attack that weak side again, the same play we ended up the first half with. We was hoping Chisholm get a better run out of it.
They'll get a better job on that because they're going to keep that. The way we gave it up at half is they're going to keep coming. They're going to keep running till we stop.
Third and 2 at the 35.
Chisholm makes an excellent run here, puts his head down, makes a good spin, picks up the first down.
Yeah, people, they're all around the ball.
He broke 3 or 4 tackles on that play.
Excellent
He
run.
wanted that first down.
First and 10 at the 42.
Believe it or not, this is supposed to be an option. You're trying to run a lead option off the backside, and you watch the official put his flag down, then he's going to reach down and pick it up. He said it was no call.
No call. Second and 13 at the 39.
Corey Cloud bends it off to the left, and he should have stayed on the track to the right.
I like the way we're playing defensively. We're running the football. We're getting headed by Timmy Milam, number 56. He's one of those young kids you talk about that you like to step up, and when the 2 young linebackers, he's doing a real good job.
There's a counter play. We set this up 3 or 4 times the first quarter. We just told our backs to stay inside the block, and when he decided to stay inside the block, we got powder yardage out of it.
Big play for Higgins. First and 10 now at the 44.
Again, they did a real good job on defense to stop that little dive by Corey. That should have been an 80. That's a sprint out action, and our young quarterback didn't take the ball that far enough. We tried to come back with the same play.
Higgins facing a 3rd and 9 at the 43.
Now he takes the ball out where he's supposed to take it, and we get the first down. Just a matter of him doing what he's supposed to do.
First and 10 at the 25.
Trying our best to keep this kid in front of us. The youth is extremely tough. They're all district receivers from last year. We tried double covering several times. We just can't do it every play. Nice catch.
That was one of the best catches that I've seen in a while right there.
He catches the football with his hands. If we throw it to him, he's gonna catch it. He's very selling this one.
Yeah, one in front, one in back.
He just out-jumped the 2 receivers, pulled it down.
Good time to cut the ball with his hands.
Nice throw, too.
First and 10 now for Higgins at the Grace King 13. And, of course, here's that little counter play again.
Counter again. I thought the little guy should have scored. This time he only weighs 130 pounds, but he gives us all he's got. Real good block and good counter.
Higgins moving to the Grace King 2-yard line. First and goal.
We come back and run it for him, and now Chisholm decides to take a little leap instead of putting his head down and getting on in the end zone. One of our base plays off our power.
Well, they see a lot of that on TV.
Yes,
so.
all that. Sometimes I tell him he watched the wrong stuff. Then he come back with the same play again, and he decides to stay on the ground this time to score.
Higgins in for the touchdown, the try for extra point to come. Going for 2.
The thing that flushed this out is Chisholm blows an assignment. He's not supposed to go out there. When he goes out there, he takes the linebacker out there with him. So we have no one to throw football to. Actually, the tight end's supposed to come off of that.
Vince Moore made a good play saving us. Got outside of defensive end on the pass, and Vince Moore made a good play too.
That was a replay of the touchdown. The try for point was not good. We have an even ball game, 12-12, 5:01 left in the 3rd quarter.
Higgins did a good job, but they had us hit us with some plays right before half, and so we adjusted to make those. And they came back after they powered us to one side. They come back with a little counter play, and we were running to the football, trying to get aggressive, and too aggressive on the back with the backside linebacker, and they were counting us real good. Biggs is more on the return. So. Senior, hard-nosed player, plays strong safety, running back, kick return. He'll do anything for us. He's a real hard player. We're going to miss him next year.
First and 10 for King at their own 28-yard line.
And she just trying to come back again with the same toss, and that we've made proper adjustments, and that toss is no longer a factor for us at this point.
2nd and 9 from the 29.
Backside tackle and linebacker did an excellent job staying behind those check blocks.
Penalty on Higgins, moving the ball to the 44, giving Grace King a 1st and 10.
Excellent job of defense there. We were trying to stay in the game despite the penalty. I think we had about 167 yards of penalties, and on a young football team, that's kind of detrimental.
You know, anytime you have a lot of penalties, it really creates problems.
Yes, it does. And we make a real good play on us. They're trying to throw the throwback on us again.
That's a good play by the end, man. The decision on the quarterback.
3rd and 20 for King, now back at their 26-yard line.
Excellent job right there on the counter. Again, very, very agonizing, because you know your kids are capable of playing this way all the time.
This is the Higgins has played the defense like we saw the way they played the week before. They did a real good job the week before against East Jefferson. Excellent punt here by Kevin Florence. I think it's about 50 to 55 yards in the air. They had a penalty to call it back. They had a good return, so that's why we call it. Let's go into the punt it again.
So that ball went all the way to the Higgins 15-yard line.
It's a good punt. We thought we had a chance to block it if the kid had it laid out, but it was an excellent punt.
We were 4th and about 20, I think, and so this gave us 4th and about 6, and I wanted to go ahead and punt them down deep again.
Grace King now punting from the 50-yard line.
Came close to running a fake here, but then we just got thinking we're still at midfield, and we wanted to put them down deep and make them try to go the whole field. They ended up doing it, but
well, I think, though, you know, the idea was correct, because you don't want to give a team a short field to work with. It's not if you don't have to.
Yeah, I tell our kids, if we can start from the 20, 30-yard line, we just have to go 10 or 12 plays to try to score, but it's better to start from the 50.
Absolutely. Well, you know, there's so many things that can happen in a long drive.
Yes,
you know, penalty, fumble, interception. Higgins now forced back at their own 10 after the penalty. 1st and 10.
Now that Darren Bouchon is making a good play on the little dive play there. He's playing his gap, and the linebacker's floating in pretty good. So we're at least stopping that play, but they come back with a counter play to hurt us later. At this point, the game's kind of turned into a good defensive battle.
Yeah.
Both defenses stepping up a little bit.
Well, both teams wanted this game. You could tell that. Both teams were very aggressive, with a lot of hard hitting. You know, really wanted this football game.
Without a doubt. It was almost a must-win situation for us.
Mm-hmm.
We come back again with a little lead on the backside, or quick dive on the backside.
That play began the 4th quarter. 3rd and 9 for Higgins at the 12.
Again, our back gets a little too anxious. He wants to go for the snap. Concentration.
Right about here is when all the excitement starts. It goes like kind of one touchdown in the 3rd quarter, and then the 4th quarter, everything goes crazy. It's talking about this play right here. It's just one thing after another. Good, exciting plays.
Third and 14.
Yeah, we're going to try to set a screen up on one side.
Real good call. We had the guy in position, and one kid come up there with his head down, and it's right there all we needed, just to grab on and just hold on. We got 3rd and 15. There's no reason to go up there and try to put a real good pop on him, especially when you're the first guy. And we warned him about that and told him, and said, look, they're going to come back with the screen again. And like, so one of the coaches, maybe we shouldn't have said that, you know. A lot of times we get them too prepared.
Yeah, actually, when we called it, we had two screens in mind, but I wanted the tailback to run one, the fullback to run the other. When we called it, when I saw these guys flip, I said, oh, my goodness, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted.
He flipped at the right time.
Yeah, and Corey got out, Made a real good job there. Got a little screen blocked by a big lineman, and the rest he did on his own.
They just like a thoroughbred running down the sideline. He made a good cut. We always practice to tell him to stay outside, tell the cornerbacks to turn him inside, and he took the bite, and we had people there in position to force him back inside to make the tackle. And when the corner took the bite, he was gone.
Here's the try for extra point. He made a good cut off the block,
Off the block.
Yeah,
Real
we'll
good
see that on the
play.
replay.
He did a real good job with the play after I saw him switch. That's what I love out of my throw. Thought I wanted some speed running on that backside rather than him, but
Big block point there.
it sure was. I wanted to go for two again on that, but our 98-inch just is not working. Our kids are not executing properly, so we decided to kick it. Good, just a good juke right there to get outside, and the rest is on his own. I tell you, that's a tribute to him running track. I got him out for running track last year, so he's a pretty good back. I wish they had him another year.
The point after, as we mentioned, was not good. Higgins now moving in front, 18-12. We have 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
This is why I was extremely proud of the football team, because they could have easily said, oh no, here we go again, because it's happened to us before. But we've been in situations where we come back, but especially go up 12-0, and now we're down 18-12. We could easily, just call it quits, what they did.
I guess we were thinking somewhat alike, because I said the same to our kids, that we just got to keep pounding and keep pounding. We can't let up. We can't let up. So,
well, and as the way it turned out, neither did.
Yeah.
I mean, it came down to the last 30 seconds of the game to decide the winner. Higgins kicking off.
It was a good catch by Benjamin Moore. That could have been trouble there, and he ends up getting a real good return here.
Yeah, we lose contain. Lose contain on the right side.
King with excellent field position, starting at the 35, 1st and 10.
Well, one of the things that could have hurt us a couple plays before, our center got knocked out right before the third quarter. He was out on his feet, and he played a couple plays and could have been, he really didn't know what was going on. And now we've got a sophomore center in there, Corey Goodwin, weighs about 150 pounds, it's that much. And, we come back with a halfback pass. The only difference is now we put a halfback out there to put in, and with a little speed and good athletic ability, and makes a nice catch. Turns,
great throw,
gets us back in the ball game. Maverick Charles again on the pass.
Yeah, great throw, great catch.
I tell you, that play right there, I think, was a turning point for me, because I kind of went out on one of the defensive backs, because I know he's supposed to play pass first, and he's going to have to make the run, let the guy get behind him.
Grace King now with a 2nd and 6 at the Higgins 9-yard line.
Most of the year we've done well once we've gotten inside the 40 and 30, especially the last few ball games. We tend to punch it in. That was a problem at the beginning, but with the line blocking improving and getting a few injured players back, that helps us out.
3rd and 5 from the 8.
Thought come back going to throw the quarterback throwback again, and I thought that was a good play on the end.
Yeah, I told the official the same thing, and he said it was holding, so I couldn't argue with him. But we had the thing about I like, we had a defensive back in the proper position at the time. The end had let him go, he probably intercepted the football. So once you get one in fixed, something else go wrong.
And here we come pounding back in. You should try anything fancy here, just try to get us back in the ball game.
Full house backfield, the lead and the score.
Good lead block, the down block by Dennis Guerrero, Raymond Simmons on a good lead block, and Ronnie Tunnefeld leading on the linebacker. And
King going for 1.
I was glad for our kicker here. Eric Hackler, he's been doing a good job with us this year, and he's only missed 1 extra point, and he needed this one, and that made it 19-18.
And there's the replay of the touchdown.
That right side has been a real thorn for us on goal line defense. We don't get to crash by being, we're supposed to be in a 6'5 tight, 6'2 tight, where we're crashing down the insides, and we don't get the inside crashing. We get a good double team on that tackle, and there's a gap there about a mile wide.
We have 7 minutes left in the final quarter. King now on top, 19-18.
Still a lot of time, bro.
A lot of time and a lot of action.
Yes. We were a little bit down now because we were telling our kids to stay in the game, keep their heads up. All we need to do is get the football back in good position. We'll score it. And he's just too spastic. He's slow. He's got to learn to control himself.
First and 10 for Higgins at the 26.
And we're going to try to come back with the plays that have been successful for us, and now running back a little slow getting there this time.
Made a good play there.
Come back with the counter. This time he pops it real good. And all he does is stay up, and he's still running.
How about throwing inside counters? Have been a thorn in our side. It's something we work on constantly. And they want to be so aggressive to run to the play, and they got to learn not to.
First and 10.
We're going to try to sneak on top of him right now with the fade route, and we don't get in the air up under the football and make it a bad throw.
Second and 10 at the 42.
Counter again. Good run. I thought he was going to score this. Just not strong enough at the end of the run.
Corey Cookmeyer making a tackle down there. He seems to be able to run the field. That's a nice saving play there.
Higgins now with a first and 10 at the Grace King 11-yard line.
Come back with a wham, and Chisholm does a real good job of finding the open spot there. Real good job of blocking, real good job of running.
The ball was loose, but he had crossed the goal line prior to losing the football.
Right.
Going for 2.
Good job on Chisholm again. He saw the flag, and he was not going to be denied. That's a replay of the touchdown there. Good little cut. Got by the guy on the backside there and was able to get in the end zone.
Higgins successful on the 2-point conversion.
I was really disappointed with that defense because I thought we'd come back and played a good third quarter, and then we got back in position to get ahead. Then we let them go down the field and score in about 2 minutes.
We now have 5 minutes left in this football game with Higgins back on top, 26-19.
And all we got to do here is just stop them on defense and get the football back and run out the clock. That was our plan.